All right, well, according to the weatherman on my iPhone app, it says the next week or so is supposed to be good sunny weather. A little cold, but no nasty weather. So I'm going to go ahead and attack the part I haven't been wanting to do, which is the driver's side window wall. Go ahead and get all of those windows out, get the welding done, the rust repaired, and the new windows back in. So first of all, I'll show you the side that we did already, and then I'll show you the obstacles we're going to get through on the driver's side. So I've already done this side. You can see my windows. There's my panels that I filled in down that side. And you'll notice there was a few areas that were nasty rust. I cut that out, put a new sleeve on there. The worst area on this side was actually back here. Got stuff sitting in front of it. You can see right here how I put a new tube in because it was rusted out, and then I put two new hat channels in to get rid of the rust on each side of it. So I got this side all torn apart. If we start in the back of the bus, this side's actually worse than the driver's side. So I got the two hat channels out because they're being totally replaced. And then that section right there, I've cut out and prepared to put in a new piece of tube because it was bad. And I know that at least this one here is also bad. I've got these new tubes welded in here. These are for my new window. You'll notice on this side here, had to lower the window to 6 inches. So I put a new tube in and then a new vertical tube at the end of the window because it's 48 inches long instead of 52 or whatever the original window was. So I've got to do the same thing on this side. So on this side I got the tube in, give it some extra bracing. Now one at a time I'm going to replace these two legs. And I know that you can see right here, this hat channel has to be replaced. So I've been over the bus pretty good, and this is where I have rust. I don't know exactly what the cause of it is, but on both sides I had rust in these hat channel areas along this bottom. And if I get it apart, I hammer on these bottom leg portions and they are not good, then I'm going to go ahead and replace those. I don't take any chances of having acid rust areas that are bad. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to start in the back and just keep working my way forward with getting the new windows framed in and repairing all of the rust. So get back at it. Got this upright in. Got it welded on down here. And you'll notice up here, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but it kind of has that bend right there. And then I welded it on to the upper piece, ground the inside smooth, so the plywood will go over it. Anyway, so that's the post. I'm hoping that that's the worst one I have to do, but it's in, it's done, and I can feel confident that my bus is going to stay together. Moving on to the next one, back at it. All right, so just an update on where we are. I was hoping to have this done a week ago, but this side is far, far worse than the other side. On the other side, over here, I had one leg, you can see right there, where I had to put a piece of tube in. On this side over here, I've got one here, and it's a longer one. I had to put one here. That's a full height one. Had one right there that was good. Had to put another one right there. Full height one. And then I've been replacing almost every one of the hat channels. So I got a new hat channel there, a new hat channel there, new hat channel there, new hat channel there. I think every one. Got to put a new one in here. I ran out of hat channel because I hadn't planned on doing that many. And then that one there is going to stay. But anyway, I've got all of the new window pieces in. Like that. Right now I'm working on the back of the bus. On this side we have 3 windows in the front So it actually makes it so that my piece of aluminum will make it from this window all the way to this window in one piece. So I've got that here, sitting over there, if you can see it, leaning out of the trailer. But so I've got to get, in order to do these back windows, I actually have to sheet all the way to this member so I can put that piece on. So I'm working on that. So I've got my divider in, because my windows, instead of being 56 inches long, are 48. So I got my divider in there. I got my two dividers in back here. That one there makes these 48. And you'll notice these are lower because these are actually 3 feet tall back in the bedroom, where the ones up front are only 30 inches tall because I have a couch and counters underneath them, so I didn't want them as low. So anyway, that's where we're at. I've got almost every window out of this side of the bus. So my goal today is to get this back section finished welding, grinding, and painted, and start putting some metal on. I'm going to get back at it. All right, so here we are. We'll go ahead and give you the good news first. The good news is I've got all my metal work done along this side, both sides now. I do have one little piece of hat channel. I'm going to put that in here in a minute, but it was getting dark, so I figured I'd go ahead and shoot the video. So now I've got my windows in on both sides. Got my metal all in and primed. Got my 3 windows in here in the front. These tracks that hold the windows in are next to useless. I don't know exactly what kind of a system they would actually work on. But when you go to suck the window in, they just basically bend in. They're garbage. I have some new ones being made next door. We're going to make them out of 1/8 inch thick steel, 2 inch wide casings. When I get those done, I'm not going to put them on until after I get all of my wall treatments on, and then those will go on finish at the last minute. But just know when you look at those and they look pretty terrible, like that one, that they're not staying. But anyway, I do have all of my metal in now. The only piece I'm missing is right there. You'll notice I've got a hat channel there and no hat channel there. My new bent hat channel came in. That one, if you can get through the light, it's actually sitting right there, all cut and ready. We're going to put it in, but I'm excited because now I've got all my new windows in. Both sides, it's all closed in. I've got heat in here, so it's warming up now, which will be nice. Now my next drive is I'm going to try and get everything cleaned up. I got a few wires that need to go in the walls. I'm going to get those in. I've got to adjust and take a look at all of my conduits in the ceiling because some of them are having to move because of fans and other things that I put in that had to go in certain locations. So I'll have to make some adjustments there. But I'm trying to get ready to put in insulation. Hopefully we can get that insulation in the next week. I got a bid from a contractor. His bid was $1,600. From talking to him, I'm just afraid he's not going to put in enough insulation that's going to make me completely happy. So I found a guy in Salt Lake City. I live in Provo, Utah, but I found a guy in Salt Lake City that has that in stock for $600 for a 600 board foot kit, and then he also has 200 board foot kits. So I'm going to get a 600 board foot kit and see how far we make it. I think it'll be close, but I do think I will need a 200 as well. But anyway, that puts me at like $850, half price of somebody else spraying it in for me. I feel better with me doing it than with someone else. Anyway, that's the direction we're headed. I did get both of my Max fans in, one there and one in the front up there, and so they're ready to go. So yeah, I'm excited. I've got to get a little more demo done back here. I will tell you, I can't tell you with enough venom how sick and tired I am of drilling rivets and doing demo work. But I do have to get my water tank out of there. I still have to cut you can see right there, my toilet rim off, because next week I'm going to be building a structure over this rear, so I have something to insulate. I got to get that done. That's the direction I'm headed, but I am excited. I mean, tons and tons of work, but I finally have a bus shell that's ready to go. And I did tell you there was some bad news. The bad news is on these back windows, especially in this center section right here, my bus is not, the wall looks straight on the outside, but it's actually not. If you look at it, it comes up here and then it kinks, has like a 2-degree angle. So on these back windows, they go down below that transition. And so I gave up on butyl tape. It just wasn't working for these kind of windows because I can't put enough pressure to pull the butyl tape in and properly press it. So I've gone back to what they recommend for these windows, which is a neoprene foam tape. And it worked great, except for right along the bottom of these windows. I need I've got just a hair more, maybe 5/16 of a gap there. A lot of that will be fixed when I can properly pull the window in with my new casing. But I am gonna, when I get all my inside walls all done, so I'm ready to put on my final casing, I am going to put on a 1/2 inch thick seal on these back 4 windows. Don't have the problem in the front, just on these back 4 that I decided to make higher, longer, whatever, taller, there we go, that's the word. Anyway, so I do have to do that, but I am going to be pushing on toward insulation. My wife's got some pictures of the outside, and she'll show you from out there. And I'm just excited to be moving on to the next phase. Back at it.
Working on cutting the windows out of the bus. This last one is left to do, to cut the window holes. It's kind of cold and snowy. Okay, we just put in 5 windows. So now the bus is almost enclosed. We just have this driver's side window. We're gonna have to put a temporary fix until we can get the window.
So I'm going to go ahead and turn this into a video and publish it here on YouTube. I have a bunch of more videos coming up as I'm a little further ahead than this video will show. I also have kind of a surprise, which maybe you'll be able to figure out from this video, but there's been some changes here in the last couple of months that have kind of refocused and changed my direction. We're going to do an introduction to that here, probably the next video. But anyway, I'm always open for comments and suggestions. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you haven't clicked the like button or the subscribe button, do that now. Check in back with me for my next videos, and we'll see if we can get this bus done. All right, till next time, I'm back at it.